All right, here we are again, live. So I gave no warning. I gave no alert that I was going to go live today. What I tried to do, and I was very optimistic, is I sat down at 12:02. My videos normally go live at 1 p.m. I sat down at 12:02 and I was like, Chimdi, I think we could record, edit, and upload an entire 20 or so minute video in an hour. It won't be that hard. So I'm sitting here. I recorded the video. I got to maybe like 75% of what I wanted to say, but not a whole lot. Started editing it. I'm like editing it furiously. And then it's like 12:56. Hey, Martine. It's like 12:56. And I'm like, Chimdi, in what world are you gonna finish this video on time? And I was like, not this one. And I'd even thought, I was like, Chimdi, just go live. Like you're just, there's too many moving pieces. You're trying to make this work. And low key, one of my goals is to get to the point where I can just have like a live YouTube, because I do love making videos and editing them, and I still want to do that, but I want to have the back of my mind where it's like I can always just go live and folks will be like, we love a live hang. And then when I have my life together to actually edit and upload videos with beautiful B-roll and all that good stuff, I can make that happen. How are you doing, Martine? Are you notification gang? Is that how you knew that I would be here? Your name isn't that familiar to me, so tell me more about you, because we can chat, we got time. So in this video, I want to talk about, in this live, I have two topics that I want to talk about. One is, yes, notification gang, we love to see it. Live energy is amazing. Also, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I got to play to my strengths, all right? And I do think I'm amazing at creating videos, but also I think my actual unique value add on YouTube is just my energy. So I'm like, I think if I literally just be myself. And I've said this so many times to my dear friends, so I'll say it again to you all. All I want in this world is to get paid to exist. I don't want to have to do shit. I just want to show up as myself in every situation. People will just pour love and praise and money on me. And I think that should be possible. So I think creating a YouTube that's based on lives gets me closer and closer to my ultimate goal. But yeah, so the two things I want to chat about are getting off social media, because I watched The Social Dilemma and it really had me concerned. And then also my YouTube AdSense, because I said I was going to make a video. I promised sweet Alyssa that I would make this video. It's taking me all week and I still, as we see, have not made it. And so I was like, it'd be literally easier if I just got my notebook and I just read out how much money I made on YouTube AdSense. I feel like y'all will believe me because I've garnered enough trust. Because normally I would like do the screenshots and get the B-roll, so you actually the actual numbers. And if you really would like to see that version of the video, let me know. But I think there's really just that curiosity. Also, one of the pieces of advice that I always think about that I got from Halise when I did the creator camp was people are nosy, you know? So if you're ever wondering about a video to make, just tell somebody your business, because people are nosy and they just want to know. And so yeah, if you just want to really like, yeah, girl, I pretty much believe you, but I would love to see a screenshot. Feel free to let me know and I will make that separate video. Also, Divine Light, what's your name? So I can address you by name if you want to be addressed by name. Boston, nature and flowers. And you're from Haiti, dope. Okay, how do you like Boston since you're from Haiti? Is it as racist as everyone says? Have you met any other Black people? Why did you separate nature and flowers since flowers are a part of nature? Also, I'm reading this book called Loving What Is, which I am really loving. I kind of was like, I don't know if I want to recommend it. It's great. I strongly recommend it. And in it, she talks about how, like, you know, we are nature. And so when you're like on a beach and you see like a can of like, you know, a plastic bottle that someone left, and you could either think like, oh no, the world is so terrible. Why don't we do something about this? And you make yourself feel all sad. And then you pick up the can to throw it away, or the bottle to throw it away. Or you could just be like, let me pick up this bottle. And then you're in a good mood still. And you are nature picking up the bottle. So nature is literally healing itself and cleaning up itself. And I was like, I am nature. That's pretty dope. You know, we're a part of this. Darlene, I love that name. That's such a classic name. I love that. All right. So do you have a preference? Y'all three. So the way I do my lives is you can only comment if you are a subscriber. And it's only because y'all be fucking crazy. So I just can't have anybody off the street leaving me comments in my chat, getting me upset, upset in my spirit. So that's why only if you all can actually chat. Samantha, I am feeling really good. I'm feeling really blessed. I just decided to quit most of my social media, which is very already having a tremendous effect on my life. I think I'll actually start with that since I'm talking about it. So I wanted to watch that documentary, The Social Dilemma, after not YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp all went down. I was like, oh, I've been hearing about this documentary. Let me go ahead and watch it. Instead, I watched Squid Game. You can watch that other live to hear me reflect on that. But then I was listening to a Jack Cornfield podcast. And what's interesting about Jack Cornfield is he's been doing like spiritual stuff forever. So he's got like podcasts from 1975 and he's got podcasts from like last year. And so I was listening to one that was around the time that The Social Dilemma had just come out and he referenced it. And I was like, okay, let me go ahead and watch this thing, right? And it was interesting because I was watching it from a place of I am a YouTube creator, so I benefit from an algorithm that gets people to watch my videos. Like because the whole idea is that we are not the clients of these social media platforms. It's the advertisers who are the clients, right? So the main thing is how do they sell us and our attention to these advertisers to make money, right? And I, as a creator, am like, yeah, that's the whole thing. So what's the problem? I was looking at it like, what's the problem? I mean, you want me to stop doing what I'm doing, And then by watching it, I see the way how like the algorithm is an amoral algorithm. Like if what's going to get more time and attention is war and violence and conspiracy and fear and anger, the algorithm's going to push that stuff out because the only point is more attention and more money. And I was like, oh, I guess that's bad. And then after like 75% of the movie, first off, I clocked when they had the first Black woman with real melanin, and it was like 75% of the movie through. But also, towards the end, they asked one of the tech people, like, so what's your biggest concern? And he's like, Civil War. I was just like, damn, okay, shit. And I literally started talking to my sister. I was like, Mary, that's her name. I was like, what would you do if we had a civil war? And she was like, she's such a sweetheart. She was like, I would like join the protests. I would be fighting against it on the street. And I was like, I am getting on a plane and I am fleeing the country. Like the first sign of stuff going down, I am getting out of here. Are you kidding? And then I was like, Chimney, it's weird that you're thinking about how you would handle a civil war in America. Like, that's really not the best sign. All right. So then I'm trying to think of the order of things. So then I was like, maybe it would be good for me to like take a little break off social media and to just remind myself and the algorithm who's in charge here. And so I went right to social media. I went on YouTube and I started looking at people's reflections on having taken social media fast. And every single person was like, this was the best thing that's ever happened to me. They always like did like 30 days or whatever. And they were like, after 30 days, went back on social media, immediately felt like shit. And then they would like pretty much get off it for good. And I was like, all right, this is pretty much a sign. And I think around the same time, for some reason I was on Twitter a lot when Instagram and Facebook and all that went down because I wanted to see the discourse and the reaction to it going down. And so many people, well, first off, someone said something I thought was really interesting, which is that like other countries, like some countries like rely on WhatsApp for their communication. They don't use texting. It's all about WhatsApp. And so while we were like joking about it going down, some people were like literally like could not communicate with like friends and loved ones and family and stuff. And I was like, so I was on Twitter and I remember around that same time, I think Doja Cat was trending. So I was like, oh, what's she up to? And I go on her tweet on her page. And she was talking about how clearly just burnt out she was. She was like, I don't care about anything anymore. I agreed to do all this stuff that I don't want to do, and it's all my fault. And somebody was like, why don't you just don't do your next concert? And she was like, I have to. And I thought that was so interesting because you don't have to do anything, right, in this life. And I think that's why I'm so glad I watched Squid Game, because a lot of Squid Game is like what we do for money. And so we think we have to do it because we've just decided money is our God, right? And she doesn't have to. She literally isn't going to be shot in the head if she doesn't do the concert. But she has decided that whatever contract is, that stuff is is more important than her own actual spiritual well-being. And I think as a YouTube creator, I'm often kind of looking to see what my peers or folks who are like way beyond me, kind of what's going on with them, what they're going through. And so many of them go through the process of like reaching burnout, and it comes from agreeing to do things they don't want to do, and really just prioritizing the money and the partnerships and the sponsorships and all that over their own well-being. And that was in my head too, you know? And so when someone, you know, asked me to make this video about my YouTube AdSense, this was like a week ago. And I was like, yeah, that's easy. I can just get on here, talk about it, throw some B-roll on it. It's a really easy video to make. But I was really struggling with making this video. And one of my go-to phrases from Thomas Hubel is, what's in your way actually is your way. So something's stopping you from doing something. There's like a similar idea, which is like, when you want to do something and you have a goal or whatever, and it's not working out, you have to ask yourself, what's working internally so that this other thing doesn't work? Because we're always operating exactly as we're supposed to. So if something isn't working, that means there's something on an even deeper level that actually is working exactly fine. And I realized that I was approaching burnout, you know, because something that was really easy to do wasn't fun or interesting or engaging to me. And I was like, oh, that's so interesting. And I didn't really necessarily think that it was the social media part. I had started uploading more on YouTube, or not on YouTube, on Instagram, and I was like, I thought it might have something to do with it. But I think really, but as soon as I just made the decision to get off social media, literally it was as if like the clouds parted, and I was like, now this life is mine again to do with what I want. Because I had been feeling the pressure of like creating an Instagram strategy, and I got to start doing reels and all this like stuff. I'm just like, I didn't want to do it, but I was just like, whatever. And so I think the main thing, okay, I'm going to take a break because I want to talk about something related, which is me quitting something that I said I was going to do. But I want to check in with the chat just a little bit to see what y'all are up to. Hi, Philly Dom. Hi, Chromie Fitness. Ooh, you had a message retracted. You tried to say something, and then you was like, never mind, never mind. Martin, you're talking about Boston. You haven't experienced racism. Yay, that's wonderful. Christiana's like, I came at an interesting time. Lucille. Okay. It's the new Western Union. WhatsApp is the new Western Union, for context. So in my previous videos, I've been talking about, and I think it was at a live that I announced that I was applying for this LinkedIn Creator Accelerator program. And so I'm watching this movie, you know, the Social Dilemma movie, that's talking about how the whole point, they have a quote in it that's like, the only things where the customer is called the user is when you're selling drugs or when you're selling software. And I was like, ugh. And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about it from the point of like being someone who's actively participating in this system, thinking somehow I'm gonna win, which is the fallacy. And the other thing I've been procrastinating, in addition to making this video about my AdSense, was my LinkedIn application. I literally completed like 90% of it. It's got like 4 written parts plus like a 90-second video. I can make a 90-second video very easily, you all. So I was just like, what's going on that I'm procrastinating creating this video? I was like, is it a fear thing where I don't know if my application is good enough? Because I was feeling very confident about getting it. It's like, are you actually not that confident about getting it? And then in watching the documentary, I realized like, oh, it's because I'm lying to myself, which is like very annoying, I must say. And I was telling my friend this, how like, I feel like quitting my job was the test. Like it was like, Chimdi, living your truth. And then quitting your job is you saying like, yes, I'm ready to tell myself the truth. And actually, life just keeps testing you. I'm just like, really? You gonna keep giving me more stuff that I have to constantly check my own integrity against? Very annoying. And so I realized like the whole thing with the LinkedIn Creator Accelerator program is that you as a creator prove that you're good at creating content and building community so that you can do that same thing on LinkedIn. Because I think many people look at LinkedIn and they just think you just go there to get a job. They're not really pressed about like building their page and their platform and their audience specifically on LinkedIn. And so the whole point of that program is, you know, of course, to support the creators and all that, but like very obviously it's about like they want to turn LinkedIn into the kind of social media platform that is Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, where you hang out. You just settle in for a couple of hours on LinkedIn, even though you aren't actively looking for a job. And they want people who have proven that they can do that kind of thing on other platforms to do the same thing. And I was like, that's okay, cool. Like I had no problems with that. I was like, we all see what's happening here. That's fine. $50,000, dope, great, you know? And then after watching Squid Game and Social Dilemma, I was like, wait a minute, Chimdi, you see what we're doing. You see what's going on. Are you really gonna actively participate for only 15K? Them mofos are getting shot in the head for like $40 million. Are you gonna sell your integrity for 15K? That's not even a million. And I'm like, obviously would never sell our integrity, but yeah, not for 15K. And so I realized like, oh, that's why I've been procrastinating because it's not actually aligned with my values. And so I quit applying for that thing. And I was telling my friend about this and I used the word quit and she was like, that's not the right word to use. Like you realized and decided it wasn't aligned with your values and you chose to do something that's more aligned. And I was like, yeah, that's the case. And I found that usually and I don't believe God ever tests us. I think we're just in this world and we're given opportunities and things come to us and we're just living life. And we either get closer to love and God or we kind of move away. But I find that whenever I like consciously kind of realize what's happening, I'm like, oh, I was getting confused and lost. Let me get closer to God now. I'm always given some kind of gift or reward. Not that I'm doing it for the gifts and rewards, but I do love that God does bless me with stuff and experiences and love and light as I get closer to God. So, yeah, I see some movement happening in the chat, so I'm going to pop on over. Joan, what's going on with you? Yay! You found me right after quitting your job to focus on a small crafting business. I'm so glad I always come for you. That's beautiful. Human Solution Project. Let me know if you have it. Oh, Elise, hi. Yes, thank you. Thank you for affirming that I made a choice. And Cece's here. I'm always so excited when someone who I know in real life is here. I'm just like, hey, girl, what's up? How you doing? How's your Friday going? Oh, yay. This is such a treat. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to leave YouTube. Y'all are like the main ones, you know? Also doesn't feel it feels healthy and it feels like joyous and nice and warm and good. It doesn't feel like the only time I feel that way when I'm on YouTube is when I'm looking at other people's channels and comparing myself to how much better I perceive them to be doing. But if I can just minimize that and the analytics part, because then it makes me feel like it really does reinforce like, even if you have a good video, it's like, well, hope the next video is good too. And then we'll compare it and that kind of is toxic. But I'm just going to focus on uploading regularly or going live regularly and answering y'all comments. And then I'm going to just try to like have tunnel vision for all the other stuff. And literally I tried to rearrange my YouTube studio on the back end so I could just see like the comments and they won't let you. They'll be like, no. Let's see the whole, here's how your last video is doing, how it compares to your last 10 videos. Here's how I can see who's subscribed to me and how many subscribers they have. So I have people who are subscribed to me who have more subscribers than me. And then I get to see every time I log on how their subscribers are going up. And I'm like, awesome. Thanks, YouTube. Love this for me. So yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here for a little bit. Hey, Patrice, how are you? So yeah, that's the main thing I want to chat about was just that I'm gonna go off. I like took it off my phone. I didn't actually delete my accounts, but I just took it off my phone. So Instagram, Twitter. I have like not a secret Twitter, but like a Twitter that's not my name. And then like Facebook, I wasn't on it anyway, but sometimes I use the Messenger. So off all of that. And then what I'm gonna do is give myself like hour chunks, like an hour before a video goes live and like a couple hours after where I'll respond to comments. But otherwise I won't just be like, unconsciously refreshing YouTube and the analytics again and again to like regularly be responding to comments. So I'm gonna just be more focused as I do that. Hey, Kara, what's up? Kara or Kara? The PRK videos, 3 weeks. Oh, yay, congratulations. Yeah, of all the things I've made, obviously the one I Quit is the most, has had the most reach. And I love that it's helped so many people. But that was such a tumultuous experience for me. But the PRK stuff was the most just like pure joy. So I'm always the most excited when someone's like, I got the surgery. I'm just like, yes, isn't it amazing? You can just see. Like right now I can just see. There's not a contact in my eye, y'all. I can just see. It's the coolest thing ever. And I'm never going to niche down, y'all. I'm never going to niche down. I refuse. I actually was going to make a reflection video. Oh, AdSense money. So I'm going to throw in I'm going to say just random numbers as I chat. But I was going to make a video about my AdSense stuff and say, actually, I used to talk about like 10 to 15 things and now I only talk about 4 to 5. So I actually have niched down. All right, algorithm. Okay. So the things I was going to say, and what I was going to do is I was going to put like these numbers up and do the B-roll and all that. But and let me know if you still want that, if you actually want to see proof of all these big ass numbers that I'm about to tell you all. Okay. So the biggest number related to my YouTube AdSense. And this is a couple of days old, so it's probably just like a few $10, $15 higher. $6,046. $6,046. That's how much money I have made over 4.5 years on YouTube. That's all the money is $6,046. I have 61,000 hours of watch time. That's so much watch time. Y'all just be watching me. I love that for us. And 1.3 million channel views. That's crazy, y'all. That's wild. Y'all really out here supporting me. Love this. And I want to clarify about that 6,000, right? 20% of that amount, so about $1,200, came from 1 month, June of this year. And it was, of course, after making the video about quitting my job. So I made more in that 1 month than I did in all 2017, 2018, 2019. So, this is not, because people, on the video about quitting my job, they're like, YouTube is a job. You got a job. I'm just like, you live off $200 a month. Where's your rent that you can live off $200? But that's why you live with family who you love, and that's how you can live off this chump change. So the peak, like I said, was in June, and it was about $1,200. And then and it's been going down since, right? So $600 in the first couple of months. And then in September was $415. I think this month is shaping up to be like $200, maybe $300. And I am like, I could make more. I could make every video like, how I shave my head after quitting my job, how I eat my food after quitting I could just keep adding that on, but come on, it's fine. I'll get more money. Money is everywhere. It'll always come. So I don't want to actually affect the kind of content I create because I'm just trying to chase these YouTube dollars, And then just to add more context, I joined YouTube on January 2nd of 2017. My first video earned 36 cents. After 6 months, I'd earned less than $12. And then I ended my first year with $131. So after 12 months, 131. It wasn't until 2020. It wasn't until December of 2019 that I made more than $100 a month. And then 2020 was the first time where the entire year I made more than $1,000. And like I said, that June number was the most I'd ever seen. So yeah, this is why I freelance and get little part-time gigs, because it's this isn't living off of kind of money. I do this for the love of the game, Ashley, hey. Oh, hey, Stephanie. Over the Hoopy Farm, remind me of your name. Oh, hey. Oh my gosh. Positive Healthy Vibes. You have a name that is spelled it's a name that I've heard before, but it's spelled a little differently. So can you remind me of what it is again? Aaron or Aaron. I love that spelling. I have thought about becoming a yoga instructor, actually, because I was thinking because I thought you had to be able to do crow and all these fancy moves in order to teach yoga, but you don't. You can just know beginner to intermediate level yoga and still teach yoga. So I actually have thought about it. And it's still on the list. It's still on the list of possibilities. JD. Oh, thank you for your vibe. You're watching live during your night shift? Where are you? Oh my gosh. Becky with an I love that. Is it short for Rebecca, or is it spelled Becky with an I? Tiffany, hey. Natalie, that was it. Cause I was like, it's something where I was like, oh, that's different. Natalie, I love it. Hill, hi. Yeah, so those are like the main things I want to talk about. I wanted to talk about leaving social media. I wanted to give y'all some of these YouTube numbers because I told Alyssa I would do it. So there you go. Rebecca, okay, I had a feeling. How are you liking the new part-time job you got and just spending more time on the farm? I'm so happy for you. There was someone who left a comment on my quitting my job series who like started doing YouTube for fun and he just does food reviews and his channel is blowing up and it makes me so happy. So like, just so y'all know, when y'all leave comments and y'all tell me your stories, I am invested. And when I see y'all continuing to just like shine and grow, I'm so happy. It's like, we're all in this together. And I'm like, I'm a part of their story. And I take just a little bit of credit. I'm just like, their success is low-key my success. And so I love it when y'all are just shining and just doing your thing. Let me know if there's anything else you want to chat about. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap this up probably in like 5 minutes because I'm trying to like be more judicious about these lives. So I think it's the most fun when you are here together live. And then even because I will watch myself talk for an hour, to be clear. And even I started to rewatch the Squid Game one, and that was something came up after like the first 30 seconds, and I stopped. And I haven't returned to it. And y'all know I love me the most. So the fact that I didn't want to watch myself talk for 45 minutes says something. So I'm gonna try to be more thoughtful of y'all future viewers. See, I care about y'all who aren't here with me live, even though you should be here with me live. What are you doing that's so important that you're not here with me watching me talk? And truly the middle of the day. So yeah, let me know if there's anything else you want to chat about. Ashley's like, come on, judicious. My favorite thing about myself is that I love to throw in SAT words in common conversation. It's my actual favorite thing. I usually know what it means about 80% of the time. I'll Google it if I don't know, but I really do love just throwing in an SAT word. Anything going on in DC this weekend? Listen, I stay inside. And this is actually part of my healing. So I actually need to start going outside more. But yeah, I'm going to like take myself out on a date because I'm just like, girl, you need to go outside again. So I have no actual idea. Do you know of anything good going on? Let me know. We can do a meetup. Manju, how did you manage the burnout? I don't know if you meant the burnout from my very first quitting my job or just like more recently when I realized I was kind of burning out from creative stuff. But literally, I always just pray because I'm always just like, God, help me. And I just do like a blanket, like, help, please help. Because sometimes I don't even know what's wrong. So I'm just like, God, can you just help me out? Like, I don't even know what's going on. Just help me. And I just kind of wait, like, usually within 24 hours and stuff starts kind of being revealed. But I always find that whenever I'm going through it, I need to exercise, listen to music, and take a shower. And it's like, if I just do those 3 things, I'm immediately feeling way better. And also, usually if I'm burning out, it's because I'm lying to myself about something. Like I said, which is really annoying because I'm like, I'm committed to the healing journey, but it is wild that it literally is going to take our whole life. Like literally, we don't get to have a day when we're not healing. We're always on it forever. So I'm just like, damn, we still healing forever. So yeah, those are my tips. Steven, you missed the whole thing. You missed the whole thing. Basically, I'm not on Instagram anymore. So if y'all DM me on there, I'm not going to see it. So send me an email. Send me an email if you want to chat or leave me a YouTube comment. I'll respond to those. And I made $6,000 in 4.5 years on YouTube. Those are the most important things I shared. Yeah, those are the most important things I shared. Healing is toxic. If and when I write a book, I'm going to call it Healing is Toxic. And I'm going to be like, credit to Ashley Good. Kentucky Fried Tofu is an amazing name. Okay, you telling me about things going on in Maryland. I love to see it. Okay, All Things Go Festival. That sounds dope. Let me write this down. Tiffany, you watch Midnight Gospel. Yay! Isn't it? Oh my gosh. You gotta come back and tell me when you get to the end. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I love this so much. Hey, Jazz. Shower, exercise, and listen to music. Like, you know when you listen to music and you like feel the music and you feel like the music is for you, that kind of music. And you're like singing loudly and it's your favorite songs. You know, you have those like 3 or 4 songs. Like, these are my favorite fucking love these songs. You put those songs on and you sing them completely and you feel them in your bones. Mine are really random, but a song that I like recently rediscovered is Jay Holiday's Bed, and I really, really love that song. And I listen to it, I'm just like, eh, eh, and I'm just like, this is the best song ever. Send you right into the world with my love. Tell everybody, yeah, everybody, yeah. Literally my favorite song. So I got to do like that, and then I get myself right, get myself right in my spirit. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, unless you want to keep hearing me sing more Jay Holiday. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weekend. Thanks for joining me. I want to say I'm going to start announcing these lives, but chances are, if I'm going live, it's because I tried to make a video and it didn't work out. unless I promote it, I tried my hardest to make a video. It did not work out, and here I am instead. But this is always so fun. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. I know y'all are subscribing to comments because that's why y'all get to comment. I love y'all. And I'll see y'all next week.